Guys, welcome back from the MLG Studios here in New York City. I'm axeltoss, joined by axslav. We're currently watching 1v1 Heart of the Swarm Extravaganza. Extravaganza.
It's simple. 2 words. Extravaganza.
That's 3.
No, that's 2.
Extra.
Vaganza. No, Vaganza is 1 word.
Van and then Genza.
Okay, that works too.
All right. Before we get into game 2 of the final, Full Sail University, of course, is the official education partner of MLG. If you want to learn how to spell extravaganza, and if you're into video game design, video game production, if you're into graphic design, check out fullsail.edu/MLG. They'll have you fill in some info about what you're kind of looking for, and then they'll send some information back at you, saying this is cool. Maybe we can do something here, and then of course you can find out if Full Sail is the right place for you. Definitely look into that, fullsail.edu/MLG. Also, we have a YouTube channel. Anything that you see on screen here is going to be in VODs on YouTube. So if Nick does something really silly and you're like, oh my gosh, that would be an amazing GIF, it's going to be stored in the VOD archives. And then you can make the GIF and then make fun of Nick, which is fun. YouTube.com/officialmlg ST2. Also, we have a great community there. They leave great comments on YouTube videos, so it's a great way to participate in the community by writing comments.
And also, actually, if you leave comments in the rules of engagement videos, I take questions and answer them on the next rules of engagement on air there. So
when is the next? I missed that show. When's the next one?
Coming up right after this match.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's speak of which. Let's get into it. It's Neo Planet S. Of course, best of 3. The winner of this best of 3 is our champion of the 1v1 Heart of the Swarm Extravaganza. Look at all this snow. Craziness. Of course, the map is
cold.
Neo Planet S.
It makes sense it'd be cold in Planet S because most likely Planet S doesn't have an atmosphere, right?
How do you know that?
Well, because most planets don't have atmospheres.
How can you know that?
It's from our scientific knowledge. The majority of planets.
Okay, see, that's better from our scientific, because there could be a massive.
From humanities, there could be, but the ones we discovered, almost none of them have atmospheres.
All right, well, you have no right to say that there's more planets with atmospheres than not.
You're right, to the best of our knowledge.
Okay, much better.
Best of our current scientific knowledge.
All right, bottom left-hand location, we got RSVPs up 1-0. 1 win away from being the champion of the 1v1 Heart of the Swarm Extravaganza. His opponent in the top right-hand location is Monster. Went for the proxy 2-gate. I thought it was going to work, and then I thought it wasn't going to work, and then I thought it was going to work, and then I thought it wasn't going to work, and it eventually didn't work because RSVP won.
Here's a pro tip for you guys.
What's that?
If you're doing a proxy 2-gate, your opponent builds a forge.
Okay.
Right? What you do is, before you even build your zealots.
Hold on. Are we really endorsing the use of proxy 2-gate?
Yes. It's a fun build. If you want to use it, I'm not saying you're going to get to Grandmaster using it.
Okay.
But you can obviously get pretty high up by using it. So, but if you see them get a forge, what you do is you get a gas.
Okay.
Then you get a Psycore.
Right.
Then you start your first zealots. Boom.
So you don't even build out of your gateways.
You do, but you delay it a little bit. You delay them by a little bit, but you should still get the zealots out in time to meet their zealots and still do some harass because you have 2 versus 1.
Yeah.
You won't do quite as much damage, but as long as you don't lose your pylon powering your gateways, and as long as once you get stalkers out, you just win, right? Because you can just work around the pylons and delay mining.
Got it. Awesome.
It's cool.
You should have a rules of engagement dedicated to proxy play and how you should do it.
I should do that.
And reactions and stuff. I think that'd be cool.
That would take a lot of research trying to find all the pro games.
Well, just use the game we just saw.
Yes.
And the one before that.
You're right.
There you go.
You're right.
Boom.
What not to do.
Or you can do it on ladder, right? And then use it. I think that's cool. All right. Anyway, opening builds, they look fairly standard. It looks like both these guys playing pretty safe. We got a gate and a core here from Monster, the same from RSVP, so no crazy buildings placed across the map. I like how RSVP was trying to disrupt the gateway being placed. Building placement is such an issue for me in Heart of the Swarm.
Probes,
So if a probe gets in my way, I'll actually be really mad. Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's unique for me. But I like how we put it a little bit away from the Nexus, because you can get in trouble if you build those buildings up next to your Nexus nowadays.
But you also sometimes you do want them near your Nexus to help with photon overcharge, so it can defend more buildings, but it's a balance. You have to place them really correctly, which is tricky. It's tricky. So Monster has a sneaky probe on the left side of the map. Now, the ideal time to send that probe in for scouting is usually, it depends on the ability your opponent's doing, but usually around the 5:30 mark. It's a great time to send that in, because then if your opponent's pressuring, they'll have left the base, and you can sneak in there and you can see, you know, what type of tech you're going.
See, the location of that probe is interesting because it implies he wants to build something.
Yeah,
but he already built that third pylon, so I don't think it's going to be any proxy stuff. If anything, it's going to be a pylon for
like
later.
Like a fourth pylon.
Right.
A fourth pylon for later in the game.
Yes,
it's never bad
warp
to have...
gate pressure or something like that.
That's right. It's never bad to have a pylon on the edge of the map. It's always, you know, you might scout something cool, like you might scout the Oracle, sneaking around the edge of the map to harass you. And yes, then you'll lose the pylon, but would you rather lose a pylon or lose like 10 probes because you missed an Oracle walking your main base?
I'd rather lose a pylon than 10 probes, for sure.
I think most people would agree. The pylon union might fight strongly, but I think they would be outnumbered.
It's for the greater good.
It is. Oh, RSVP has a really close proxy pylon to Monster, and Monster's fast expanding. RSVP uses this pylon with Phoenix pressure. He could actually definitely cancel this expansion. If he draws Monster's units into the main with like a 2-3 Phoenix harass, then he has a Sentry in part of his warp in. The trick is though, he's got to go very soon, because once that Nexus gets up, Photon Overcharge can be tricky. But I mean, he can just outweight it and go back in again, I guess. Monster does only have 2 warp
Snipe it with
gates.
Phoenix is possible.
Yeah, if he can do it before Photon Overcharge gets laid down.
How many Phoenix does he use? 1, 2, a second one on the way, and a third one.
Oh, he's warping units in. Does he know about the expansion yet? Oh, he does. Oh, yeah, he's got it early on with the probe.
Okay, but it's about to finish, and Photon Overcharge will be able to be used.
He's going to have to force him to use it once, and then wait.
back up and then go in again.
Outweigh it. And the thing is even though he'll have less economy, he'll have more production because he has more warp.
He's going to try to kill the Militia Core. It's not going to work. Well...
Photon Overcharge!
He has to.
Here we go. Yep.
Oh, he didn't even kill the core. His 2 Phoenixes are alive, though. He needs to go back and kill that.
The core is not a big threat, though, with low energy and low life. I mean,
actually, you'd probably rather it stay alive because it's very low in energy. If
then it can rebuild it.
Right, and then you have more energy. How much does it start with?
50.
Yeah, so if it died...
Yeah, I mean, it would...
It costs resources, obviously.
It does, yeah. I mean, it would have almost 50 by the time it would be rebuilt anyway.
I don't know.
It's a nice harass, picking up a couple probes here. I like what Monster's doing, building 2 more gateways. He needs to Chrono Boost warp gate though. His warp gates, sorry, not warp gate research. And he really needs to get a lot of units. He needs to get a good number of sentries because he has to use force fields to help him buy time to get that second Photon Overcharge ready.
It's about to be expired.
It is, and there's, you know, RSVP's been warping in a sizable army.
It's gone.
He's got the force fields just right. Force fields.
There's no Photon Overcharge. Force fields going down from Monster, but barely missing. There's a little gap.
They are, but they delayed a lot of the Zealots coming in. Is that going to be enough? He's got to keep warping more units in.
Getting picked up by the Phoenixes. Monster needs a lot more units here. Needs to be chrono boosting those warp gates. More Phoenixes coming in and joining in on the fun. Looks like 4 Phoenixes overhead. Make that 5 Phoenixes, and there is nothing left alive. GG from Monster. RSVP takes the 2-0 victory in the Heart of the Swarm Game Battles Extravaganza. Congrats to him. Of course, I don't know exactly who he beat to get to this point, but we do know he beat whoever he beat in the semifinal, which was
Ire.
That's
right.
Good memory, Nick.
Of course.
I put you in a corner on that one, but you came out with an answer.
Box my way out.
I'm impressed. Of course, RSVP taking the 2-0 victory. He gets the prize. Unfortunately for Monster, he came so far, but didn't end up mattering. Hopefully, he comes back and plays in future Game Battles tournament. I had a lot of fun watching Monsters play, and you guys should feel free to play as well. GameBattles.majorleaguegaming.com. Go sign up right now. There are some free tournaments. There are some tournaments that cost credits, and you can actually purchase credits if you want.
Or you can win credits by winning the free tournaments.
Exactly. So definitely take advantage of that, but that's going to do it for today's broadcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, coming up next, it's going to be Rules of Engagement. What's on the agenda?
So, you know, it's been a little while since I've seen Stefano play. I was like, you know what, I've got a hankering for him. So we're going to do a Stefano versus Last analysis. Of course, that was a round 1 match from the MLG Winter Championships at Dallas. So it was a little cool series. Last, of course, is a great Korean tier from Team STX. You know, we're just going to analyze the 3 games they played. Cool stuff.
Definitely looking forward to that, guys. Again, that's coming up next on this stream, so do not change the channel. Of course, you've been watching the Major League Gaming Game Battles Heart of the Swarm Extravaganza. If you want to play in Game Battles, you can do it right now. GameBattles.majorleaguegaming.com. The ladder is fun, but nothing is comparable to tournament play. Definitely take advantage of that also, guys. NA WCS is coming up, so make sure you tune in for that as well. That's going to be a ton of fun, and we hope to see you there. That being said, we'll see you next time, but stay tuned for Rules of Engagement.